We're gonna do this song, "Wide Awake" by the Parquet chords. So let's get started. All right, I have a kind of just slightly overdriven sound. And it's not distortion, but just I got some reverb on too. So anyways, that's the guitar sound, and I'm not guaranteeing that this is note for note. I don't have the patience to spend that much time on these things. A lot of micro bends like that going on. Okay. I believe personally that the Savage guy who plays the guitar in the band, his last name is Savage. That he plays in the altered tuning. I think he plays one whole step down. His guitar's tuned one whole step down. Probably using real heavy gauge strings or something like that, like 13s or something. That's the only way you can play tuned one whole step down without your strings like buzzing like crazy, is to use real heavy strings. Anyway, so that's why I'm not playing in the same position as him, because I think his guitar is tuned different. All right. I think the song is in G. Okay. And what I'm playing out of here is 8th fret. Probably playing out of the C, but C and G, I think there's only one note difference between those two scales. All right, or it doesn't really matter for our purposes. Just you're playing up here around the 8th fret, 8th and 10. Now this note is on the G string at the 7th fret. That's played in this little riff quite a bit. Most of the other notes are on 8 and 10. That's the first part of the riff. Okay, it's getting funky. Funky, it's not a regular rhythm. So we go 8 on the B. We hit that G note on the 7th. Kind of bend it just a little bit. Then we go on the 10th, D string, which is your 4th string. A string, which is your 5th string. Altogether, that would be. Then that's the first part of the lick. And then there's a little climb up. 1, 2, 3. D string at the 10th. G string at the 7th. G string at the 10th. B string at the 8th. That gets us back into our initial position where we started. That's part 2. Part 3 is 10, 8 on the B string, 10 on the G string, 7 on the G string. Hear that 4-note riff. Go to 10 on the D string, and we do the same riff that we did before to get back up to where we started. And then it's right back into the first part. Okay, you could throw more passing notes in there. or you can throw more bends in there. I mean, I'm not saying this is note for note, but this is the meat and potatoes of it. All right, so that's that first riff that repeats. Now, what then he goes to all right, and he's playing it down here. Remember, because I think he's tuned in a different key than us. And this is just a like our C shape that we learn. Then we place our pinky on the G string to make it a C7. Well, then we're just moving it up to a 8, 9 on the D, 10 on the A and G. Just the 7th chord. It's just the C7. Or not a C7, it's a G7. This is our root, the G, on the 10th fret. Now, there's a lot of muting going on. That's why you'll notice he's got his thumb over the fretboard. That's not to play a note, that's to mute the low E. And you're muting the high E. That's why you're kind of giving it this grip. Your index finger's muting that. So we're just playing strings 5, 5, 4, 3, 2. But mostly, I'm playing 5, 4, 3. You can slide that. He's not doing that. Other possible chords you could play here would be G9. You can play the Hendrix chord. It's super funky. You could play, this is like some kind of augmented chord. But that's not what he's playing. I think he's playing just a regular old G7. I called it C7 because really it comes from this C shape, as I explained to you. All right, the next guitar part comes from one of the other guitar player who also plays keyboards. That's mainly the riff, is just playing this D string on the 12th fret. I think he does like a little turnaround after it. Yeah, he's just riffing on this riffing on the single note on the D. And then he just does like a little 3-note turnaround. All right. Then one interesting thing is I don't know if this is on the recording. Now back to the first guitarist. He plays on. I'm just going off of this live performance on Ellen. He plays the Sex, Drugs, Rock and Roll riff. That's right out of Sex, Drugs, Rock and Roll by Ian Dury and the Blackheads. And so he's quoting that little motif from a classic punk song, Sex and Drugs and Rock and Roll, which was more of a kind of a funk-based song. real good to me. Last little riff is on the G string, 7, 9, 10. Back, up and down. And I finish off with the D string on the 8. Alright, that's my wide awake lesson on Parquet chords. If it's not what you think it is, play it differently. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.